Lady Charmaine, and my guest today is an actor, film producer, and martial artist. He has starred in such movies as Jungle Fever, Blade, the Trilogy, and The Expendables. And he's here today to talk about the new Spike Lee joint, CHI-RAQ. I want you to help me welcome the man who coined the phrase, "Am I my brother's keeper?" Mr. Wesley Snipes. Welcome.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
So glad to have you on the show.
That's so nice of you to use that phrase, because usually they usually pick two other very quotable lines from that particular film.
Oh, really? I love that one.
And they're not as PG as the one you just chose.
Well, okay, well, good. I'm glad to be different. Well, I want to say congratulations to you first, Wesley, on your brand new television show, Players, and now you're back on the big screen. It is so good to see you back. So congratulations.
Give thanks and praise. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Well, thanks out there for tuning in. You know, I didn't know where we were going to ride, because the show was it was up against football and Shondaland, so it's a pretty good show, but heck of a competition and tough time slot. So we'll see what happens.
You're just going to ride the wave and see what happens.
Hey, you know, and if it doesn't last very long, we'll get them next time.
Okay. Well, I want to talk to you because you and Spike Lee, you guys teamed up again for a brand new movie entitled CHI-RAQ. So I want you to tell us about the movie and the character that you play.
The movie is a satirical look at some of the gang violence and child murders that are taking place around our country, and in particular in southern Chicago. I mean, southern Chicago isn't the only place that this epidemic is going on. You find this in something in Florida, and you see this also in Baltimore. And it's an attempt to draw attention in a palatable way to a crisis in our community, and a crisis within the country, and a crisis within our morality and spirit, that somehow, some way, we're not communicating and reaching these children who are out there taking each other's life and treating each other like, treating another human being like it's a piece of paper. It's a dog out there, worth throwing away, easily discarded. The piece is based on a old satirical play by Aristophanes titled Lysistrata, hence the name of the film, and also the lead character in the film. And Lysistrata was a woman who had gotten fed up with the violence and the Trojan Wars and the warriors, you know, sending off their sons to the battlefield to die, and decided that she would rally the women of that world into boycotting any kind of romance and sex until the men came to the peace table. So that's a long way to say. Like, the women decided they ain't giving it up until we stop acting up.
We gonna shut it down.
Yeah.
Ice cream parlor's closed.
Shut it down, turn it off, and ain't nothing running.
The power of a woman.
Together.
Oh, that's good. Now, I know this movie boasts some all-star cast members. Jennifer Hudson, who was also a Chicago native, who suffered tragedy right there in Chicago. You got Angela Bassett, Samuel Jackson, John Cusack, Harry Lennox, and Teyana Paris. I know it's a lot, and including you, Mr. Wesley Snipes, and I cannot forget the star, Mr. Nick Cannon, as well.
Yes.
Now, how do you feel this movie is going to resonate with audiences, especially the people of Chicago?
Sure, it's going to be visceral. It's going to be emotional, and it's going to pull on your heartstrings and tug on your brain. Absolutely, and it's going to be a conversation piece and engaging, and provocative, which is what it's supposed to be.
Well, you just described the whole entire Spike Lee joint, because those are the type of movies that he actually produces and makes us think. We do get emotional when we watch it. You know, I mean, when Radio Raheem had passed away, you know, everybody in the theater was crying. So, and you know, he really pulls on all of our heartstrings. Now, you worked with Spike Lee before on Jungle Fever. What was it like this time around, working with him on a different type of film?
You know, it was not only beautiful, but it was like a moment of real self-reflection. You know, to think that, wow, hey man, we're still here. We're still in this game, and we're still doing this. and look at all of the talent that's amassed at this particular table. And for me, it was a great honor because I admire many of the performers that were sitting there. Some of them I've worked with, some of them I've longed to work with. Some of them I'm a fan of. Some of them I spent a whole lot of money buying their records on. And we're all here because of this guy over here. Mm-hmm. A guy who's a great director, has hired me in the past, but also considers me to be a friend. Mm. Man, what a wonderful opportunity. Good for you, Wes. Good for you.
Now, your character, you're playing a character by the name of Cyclops. Now, can you tell us about your character and also what attracted you to the role of Cyclops?
Well, Cyclops is the leader of one of the rival gangs, and it's his woman who brings this ultimatum to his attention. And as a result, he realizes how much it mattered to him and how much she matters to him, and he's transforming his ways and coming out of the dark side into the light. I just thought it was going to be cool to play a street cat, from cats I grew up with and hung around, and and really get grimy with it, especially juxtaposed to my character of Mr. Johnson, who's a little bit more put together than my man Cyclops is.
Okay. Now,
plus, channeling my slick Rick.
Okay. Now, Wesley, America has grown up watching you play heroes, in roles like Blade in the franchise and also Passenger 57 and like Nino Brown in New Jack City. Which do you enjoy playing, the good guy or the bad guy?
Yeah, I enjoy both. Good guy gets the girl. Bad guy gets the world.
My headphone fell off. That's funny. Well, okay, since you put it that way.
Okay. Yeah. The bad guy always wants the world. He don't want just the girl. He wants the whole doggone thing.
Well, and that's true. So now I want to know, when you were there shooting the film, and what was it like depicting gang life while in Chicago where so much violence is taking place daily? What was it like for you as an actor and as a person? Yeah,
it's deep. It's deep when you listen to. We had guys that were actually in the show in the movie who had been shot 3, 4, 5 times.
Ooh.
And you're like, man, what kind of world were you living in, compared to the world I grew up in, which we thought was rough. When Warriors came out in the 70s, that was supposed to be a depiction of what living in the South Bronx was really like in them days. And there's some truth to it, and some dramatization. But we didn't have the death and the murder and the wounds like these guys got.
Wesley, I was watching a documentary, and it was a documentary from a year ago produced by Noisy on YouTube, and it was called CHI-RAQ, and, about dealing with gang violence and also up-and-coming rappers and drill music. Is that kind of where Spike Lee may have gotten the name from? Because I know a lot of those rappers and gang members called Chicago CHI-RAQ.
Oh, that's accurate. That's the root of the title.
Really? Because I was wondering if that's where it came from.
It actually even goes back further than that, because CNN was one of the first news outlets to begin to make the comparison. And they started that a number of years ago, maybe going back to 2012.
Wow.
When they were coining that. It didn't pick up. But the hip-hop people and the street boys, they picked up on it. Mm-hmm. But the general population didn't. So it looked like it started with the street cats, but in fact, a combination of, I guess you could say it was a combination of both, one fed the other.
Wow. Well, Wesley, I want to say thank you so much for coming on the show. I really enjoyed you, and I want to make sure that everyone go and check out CHI-RAQ in theaters December the 4th. And Wesley, I definitely wish you the best of luck, and hopefully you come back to the show and share with us whatever else you got going on.
Blessings. Praises to you, and we look forward to the next opportunity to commune.
Yes, sir. Thank you, and God bless you.
All right. Right about it.